have a usefulidiots.podcast.com. It's great background noise. Okay. This is why we like the bold, thick pencils, not the standard ones. That's Katie Halber talking.
It's framed as a hunger crisis. No, it's not a hunger crisis. It's a starvation policy. It's like
Okay.
This is not an inevitable.
So screens everywhere.
This is not, oh, this happens when we
Whoa, it is hard to draw like this.
Policy of blocking it, which they announced. I mean, blocking food.
Humanitarian crisis. So Israel needs to do more, and the United States, the Trump administration can and should do more to address that. Absolutely.
But do you think that he's committed war crimes?
Well, let the experts conduct their research investigation and reach those conclusions.
Oh, great. Good news, Alex. So they have. And they've determined that they have committed war crimes. That genocide. That they committed genocide.
Okay. So screens need to divide this way. I don't know if I drew the right proportions here. Probably not.
Again, what's happening in Gaza is heartbreaking. We need to be doing more, but addressing the humanitarian crisis in Gaza and Israel's right to defend itself are not mutually exclusive.
They're saying the U.S. has to do.
I should have planned this out better. There's a backside. I have a pop on my backside. Okay, so this line should be here.
By Israeli standards, means Israel's right to commit mass murder
and that line is pretty close.
Territory that's occupied for decades. And it's just like Gaza is not a state. There's no army.
Okay.
There's no army. There's no air defense.
So these need to be vertical boxes.
Are people inside a concentration camp against the military occupiers? So in that situation, there is no right to defend itself, like beyond on the day of. Like if Palestinian militants are attacking Israeli civilians, Israeli soldiers every right.
Of vertical boxes. I'm trying to imagine how to explain to YouTube, Apple, Google, multi-streaming apps, everyone, that we need to have vertical live streaming. Sorry for the background. This is what I'm passionate about, is activism, and what was on when I imagined this. So this would be like the TV. So you can divide it into 9 easily, right? And like Google started this already, but like everyone needs to do this. But for live streaming, you need to be able to live stream horizontal and vertical at the same time, and multi-stream. And you need to have like 9 camera angles. So we need more technology. So we need to do away with planned obsolescence in society. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't understand what's up with Americans who are down with this. And it's like our leaders. It's very, very concerning.
In the stomach on a visceral level, and seeing this toddler whose arms are blown off and has like these.
So anyway, it needs to go vertical. So person, hands, body, other arm somewhere. It's a horrible arm. It's like coming out of the neck instead of the shoulder. Anyway. That's why I found the pencil instead of the pen. And then this should be like the words that she's reading on screen on ChatGPT. So ChatGPT and YouTube need to be interlinked. And then it scrolls as I read, and as I riff, it stops and pauses and makes it clear that I'm riffing, and creates closed captioning. And then on this one, it should have like an overhead view of what I'm working on with my hands, whether it's the buttons on my laptop, my Mac, and um, should be here. And they could be hand here, arm there to make more sense. Or it could be switched the other way. I don't know. It could be customizable, but we would need more people to edit for creators. And we need more star creators on YouTube. If you don't know that, you should.
But yes, certainly, listen, that is the point of leverage. Everyone knows it. And Trump, like Biden, were flying with
Which means we need more men helping women edit, but like capture women from every beautiful angle. Like for the foot lovers, like have one of the 9 squares, just like beautiful feet. Or you could do 3 beautiful feet for the true foot lovers on 3 of the screens. And then her beautiful legs and some other shots and like an art shot over here.
I want to see us get to at least 1,200 by the end of the next clip.
And you could have like old videos of me making art over here. I guess I'm wanting to be the star of my own show. And I'm trying to figure out how to explain to the corporations that rule our lives how to develop this. And I don't even know how to get their attention, quite frankly.
dispatch. And let's listen to the insightful take.
But like if I could just live stream my whole life, that would be very fun. Live stream. I think a lot of people would love to do this, like donate their lives to science. Live stream
Why is
life.
Sanders nodding at this, by the way? Why is she nodding?
Lives
Totally
for
dishonest statement.
world
Nothing Hamas
peace.
has done, could have done on October 7th would ever justify it.
So we need to improve psychology,
That there are a lot of things that they're accused of doing on October 7th that they didn't do. But even if they had done
world
all of them, they're accused of. This doesn't justify a
peace,
masturbation campaign.
This point
improve.
is the loss of moral authority. I mean, Israel has had more authority
This is
since
blurry.
October 7th. They risk using it now because
Wait, sorry, I have to rewind.
Psychology
We have to walk this through again.
and
in what the U.S. is
sociology.
level set here. Hamas is responsible for the deaths and the starvation. They were responsible for starting the war. I think
Worldwide.
Israel at this point is the loss of moral authority.
And if we do live in a matrix, then we must have been created to create world peace. So
Because there clearly is
if matrix,
Oh my God, you guys, Israel is at risk.
then
Someone warned Israel that the moral authority currently
multiversal
genocide is at risk
peace
of disappearing.
is the goal
It's founded on
and point
So once you do that,
of
you don't have moral
America,
authority.
is
So
it not?
Its whole premise is the exact opposite of moral authority. But because that reality is ignored, then people can pretend this thing started October 7th. And it's not just Stephen Hayes. Bernie Sanders also
So
this Hamas started this. No,
YouTube,
Hamas launched a one-day operation.
Apple. Oh, you know what? We need Microsoft and Apple to just get along for multiverse peace to work. Because like Apple and Android users can't even talk to their family members. Like that's ridiculous.
So that's what started all
Google
this. And that's why Palestinians,
and
they're the only actor in this party that has
social media empires.
conflict, that has the moral authority. Nothing about the Israeli government has moral authority. No matter who's leading.
And websites
They're the occupier.
all
Moral authority,
get
obligations,
along
the obligations and the occupation.
for
I mean, so, to be fair, Bernie doesn't claim that starvation or hunger. But yeah, we were
multiverse
Hamas
peace.
started it. He says
Yeah,
Hamas
yeah,
started
yeah.
it.
Surely
He says Israel has the right to defend itself.
that would be the only reason for hell on earth
And
going
Bernie
on.
also, was opposed to a ceasefire early on.
in the genocides on earth, which is more than one.
Bernie also,
It's actually 3.
to his great shame,
Yeah.
Okay, let's
endorsed
erase
a lot of
this
the
line.
talking points. And now,
Yeah.
it's great that now he's trying to cut off weapons, and that's good. But I'm saying.
So in an ideal world, I would have drawn these rectangles perfectly, but as it turns out, the 2 rectangles flanking either side
I agree. And by the way, speaking of moral authority, let's take a look at Steve Hayes.
are
Hayes,
both
and
too
this is why I
short.
think we
Those
have
columns are
moral
too
authority.
narrow compared to the center column.
And is a very
But YouTube should be able to handle people tuning in to a live stream, and if they want to go horizontal,
Collaboration with Saddam Hussein has endangered
the
America.
the viewer, if the viewer wants to look at it horizontal, they should be able to, because that actually helps it
So it's definitely
the quality a lot. So this live streaming and sharing to the shorts feed is incredible.
that was used as a premise to go to
It's an incredible feature of YouTube, but it needs to go vertical or horizontal. And I dare say Instagram needs to be the exact same way. And all of y'all need to be working with ChatGPT and all the other awesome AI tools, but especially ChatGPT, to make live stream more intelligent
You know, like these are the conditions for
communications
that, like, not just Palestinians deserve a homeland of their own, that's their right, but it's like basically
systems
a form of pressure on Israel. Like, we're gonna recognize the Palestinians,
for
so
live
of course is not
multi-streaming.
ever recognize
Multi-streaming is the
no
future,
matter who's in government.
which I know because I've watched Roberta Lake
The
enough
whole thing
times.
is premised on denying
Um,
Palestinians are human people and denying them the right to exist. So here is Senator Tim Kaine talking
Like I said, the background noises,
additional recognition.
useful idiots. You probably should not copy me having this background noise live stream while I'm live streaming. But I really appreciate this show. I actually have a reminder to watch Useful Idiots on my phone. And it goes off every single night, even though they record on Monday morning. And I cannot figure out how to set it for Monday morning. So it just goes off every night at nearly 10 o'clock. So when Monday morning rolls around, if I can manage to watch Useful Idiots live streamed live, I'm much happier than if I have to watch it back not live streamed. I'm one of those live streamers who loves live streaming. So multi-streaming is the future. So you should learn to multi-stream or support somebody who does multi-stream, who's wildly interested in world peace. Interested in world peace is key.
First of all, I mean, like, Rubio's argument doesn't make sense because Hamas has said we want a ceasefire as long as it ends.
And then we need the editors to back that up, which is way more people should be editors than actual stars. But like the editors shouldn't be afraid of the camera either, because like the stars have to get over their camera shyness, and it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
We release the captives and then the rest of Gaza gets wiped out for good. You know, like that's Hamas's position. So
Yeah,
offering
we're crazy irrational actors, right? Irrational. You can't using.
And then, okay, so if this one is a vertical hand, then this one could be hands this way.
Shannon, you know this history well. I think
So that makes sense.
a Palestinian should move
And like, if you're not doing anything interesting at all with your hands, you should consider doing more interesting things with your hands in general.
the international
Handwork.
including the United States made a promise in 1947.
I have a whole Pinterest board on handwork. Pinterest. Somebody needs to buy Pinterest. Pinterest needs to make sense. Either Zuckerberg or Elon or Substack. Somebody important needs to buy Pinterest. Pinterest needs to go back to being freaking awesome, like the Pinterest glory days. Or Prime. Pinterest in its prime needs to come back. Can we make a comeback for Pinterest? We really need to celebrate old people before they die. Like, I don't know. Like, really? We need to just celebrate, like, their birthdays with them, like, wildly. All of the milestone birthdays with the celebrities. That would be fun. Celebrities should actually reveal their faces instead of just, or like who they follow. I guess they do to a certain extent, but like most of them are very choosy about who they follow. Most of them have like burner accounts for following other people, and they should admit that like awesome people they follow. Of course, they don't want to do that. The world is just too afraid of likes. I don't understand it. Like, people need to be like willing to like throw down some likes. But like Instagram has it, so like
evil state.
all the men like look at all the hot girls, and so they're trained not to like. And now like they make the likes public on Instagram, which is crazy. Oh yeah, we're so. I want to live stream filming for Instagram on YouTube.
Because I just think you have to separate the Israelis and let Israel implode on itself. It's such a psycho state. But I understand if you're a Palestinian how that's not acceptable. Because how can you live next to this?
Which would be vertical and one use of my phone. But if that was the main thing, then this would be here.
And at this point is just off the spectrum.
So I could be live streaming to YouTube in the horizontal, and YouTube could cut it to here and just have it on screen, so I know I should stay center on screen. Let's see. Let's look at the background here. If you look at these two, see how he should be in vertical and she should be in vertical, and this whole thing should be like not a square, wider than a square, but like two rectangles that are vertical cut better. Like the best streaming app, which is StreamYard, doesn't have the best setup. Like Google has it now where you can set up a bunch of different styles of screens.
Okay, well,
Let's see.
let's turn to.
I tried to do a video about this a long time ago. It ended up being more about Clydesdales. It's very weird. I don't even know if it's posted. I tried to draw it. Let's see. How do you change the screen? I'm in Google, right? Yeah. How do I change the setup? I don't know if I can do it on here. That's the zoom out of my whole desktop. That's ridiculous. I probably shouldn't show you all this without vetting myself. I was going to try to show you how Google has it set up. Oh, that would have to be on the computer downstairs. I'm not going to show you the computer downstairs. It's not my computer. I don't know how to find what I'm looking for. Maybe I can figure out how to ask ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT, you know how Google has it so you can like set up your screen a bunch of different layouts? How do I show them that? I'm on a live stream and I'm trying to figure out how to show them how Google has it so you can set up the screen a bunch of different ways. I'm actually trying to draw a picture on my box, and it's like a little artwork turned live stream.
No matter what they say about Trump's agenda. So yeah, that pretty much is the game here. I mean, this is a tough one. I feel bad for Trump. This is a tough one.
Oh my God, I'm such a dork all the time. I've always been a huge dork. Every time I make any content at all, I'm like, oh my God, I'm such a dork. And then I post it anyway. If I do post it.
No, it was you fired, but now it's basically you fired because you said something unflattering.
Google's Chrome tab groupings or layouts. Yes. Screen sharing on your Chrome window. Here, let's make it read aloud. It has to get down to the bottom.
U.S. Trade Representative Jameson.
I'm going to turn off
One funny thing about
Useful Idiots Live because it's not really polite to do what I'm doing. But you should definitely go subscribe to Useful Idiots, and you should like their video, and you should share it out live stream. I definitely recommend being a fan of Useful Idiots on your Monday morning. I don't know where my remote is.
Hey love, sounds like such a creative live stream moment. Let's get your viewers on board with how Google's layout systems work, depending on what exactly you mean. There are a couple of different tools that might be what you're referring to. If you're talking about Google Chrome's tab grouping or layouts, you might mean the Chrome split screen layout, tab groups, or even experimental features that let you organize tabs more visually. You can show this by 1. Screen sharing your Chrome window. Open Chrome. Set up your tabs into groups. Right-click a tab, add to new group. Drag them around and demonstrate how tabs behave. If you're in a live stream software like OBS, Zoom, StreamYard, or YouTube Live, share your screen. Pick window or entire screen depending on what you want to show. Narrate what you're doing. 2. Using extensions like Tab Manager Plus, if applicable. If you use a layout extension, show them the icon, click it, and walk them through your organization method. If you're talking about Google Workspace apps, Docs, Slides, Meet, etc., you might be referring to Google Meet's layout options during calls, Docs, Slides, side-by-side views, Google Drive grid versus list view. To show this, 1, in Google Meet, click the 3 dots in the bottom right, select Change Layout, choose Tiled, Spotlight, Sidebar, etc. Narrate, this is where you can decide how you want people to appear on screen. 2, in Docs Slides, open multiple documents. Use keyboard shortcuts or drag windows to split your screen. You can also resize Chrome windows manually. Use Mac or Control Windows. Click to open new tabs in the background. Bonus, since you said you're drawing a picture in your box, I love that. Here's a visual metaphor you can use. Open quote, think of it like setting up a collage of windows on your screen. Google lets you arrange your tabs like puzzle pieces. You can group them, close quote. If you want, I can generate an image of a Google-style multi-tab layout that you can hold up or include in the live stream.
Ooh.
Or I can sketch a simple diagram you could draw on your art box. Just say the word. Layout setup for screen sharing, technical tips. Windows 11.10. Use snap layouts by dragging windows to corners or pressing Win arrow keys. Mac. Hover over the green full screen button in the top left of any window to get split screen options. Chrome extensions, optional.
That's exactly what I was talking
resize,
about.
Split screen layouts. Please open
See,
your
they
app
don't have
to
a
see
9
this
screen
link.
and they don't have a
Toby for
tri
tabs.
screen.
Please open your app to see this link.
They don't
like
have a
visual
triple.
pinboard of tabs. Want a
Google
drawing
does.
prompt to include in your artwork box? Try this metaphor. Draw your
That's
browser
exactly
as
what
a
I was
house.
talking about, but it's not
Each
drawn
tab
right.
is a window. The grouped tabs are rooms.
It needs to be
Layout is
thirds.
how you open up the house to guests, aka viewers.
Can you guys
or
imagine
ideas.
if we were like a
Would you like
3-finger
me to generate
species
a
of
simple
humanoid and
visual
we only
diagram showing what this
had a
looks
map
like, so you
system
can
based
either
on
trace
threes?
it, hold it up, or refer to it in your drawing? Let me know how artsy or techie you want it.
ChatGPT is trying to charm me. It's kind of working actually. That's Grok. I lost the ChatGPT I was working with. I probably made it skinny. Let's close Grok down. No, on Peace, Love, Art, Joy on X. If you care. The coolest YouTubers also hang out on X. Oh, sometimes I have bad pictures. Oh, it's not that bad. It's just Kate and Winston. Okay. You can't show violence and gore on YouTube, especially not on a live stream, especially if it's not news. So we won't. Okay. That's not what we were looking at either. Let's minimize that. And minimize that. What in the world? We lost our window. Great. Let's just pull it back up. What? Okay. The hexagon. Oh, geez. That's perfect. I needed that for my next live stream. ChatGPT. Live stream Google layout tips. Yeah, I found the layout that I was trying to show them. But yeah, it doesn't have thirds. It needs to divide the screen into thirds. And then in the thirds, also divide the screen in thirds. And you can change up each input for each screen. And you could divide each screen into thirds within the third. Because I'm imagining YouTube, and you know how you can live stream vertical or horizontal? I want to make it so you can live stream vertical and horizontal at the same time. So anyone can watch be watching shorts and then jump into your long form content, like you're making it for posterity's sake, you're making long form horizontal videos on YouTube. How videos should be made horizontal for TV viewing is best, but you're still getting the benefit of having the centered screen visual of the face in the center of the horizontal format. You have the vertical format. So yeah, I drew it here. See? In the center, face, hands. But yeah, I drew it. Yeah, actually give me a visual diagram showing what I'm trying to describe. That sounds fantastic, actually.
Absolutely. I'll generate a clean visual diagram of the structure you're describing. Before I render it, can you confirm 2 details so I format the layout exactly how you're imagining? 1, overall screen shape. Are we designing this diagram to represent a horizontal 16:9 shaped canvas, YouTube long form, a vertical 9:16 canvas, YouTube shorts mobile, or both next to each other on one canvas since you want them live simultaneously? 2, numbering scheme you'd like inside the thirds. Inside each third within a third, do you want me to label the boxes something like man H1, H9 for horizontal grid of 9, V1, V9 for vertical grid of 9, so you can reference each input? Or should the diagram just show empty boxes? Once you give me those 2 preferences, I'll pop out the diagram for you to draw or hold up on stream.
The overall image should be horizontal, I think. Or I guess for 6K, don't they film in square? I don't know. But like I could film it in square and it could just work in 16 by 19. So it should just be 16 by 9. I said 19. I meant 9. Yeah. Anyway, say it right. Do it right. Yeah, and the vertical grid of 9, and each of those grids could be divided in 3 also, but they don't have to be. Like in the center picture, dead center should be like a face, obviously. And then on either side could either be dead space or it could be the scrolling chat GPT, like narration and me talking with chat GPT, and like chat GPT explains what chat GPT is doing live through the little button at the bottom, but it also scrolls and it realizes it's making a live. It's like a live streaming feature of ChatGPT itself. But it has to work with Apple and OBS and StreamYard and YouTube and Android and everything. Everything needs to just work together on the entire freaking internet, as we were promised when we were little kids. The boomers have ruined the internet and they've trained us to help. I'm Gen X. Maybe you're not. Maybe you don't know these things. So maybe it's good that the world should hear them. Okay. Oh, I forgot to turn the thing on. Okay, let's see if I can recreate what I said. Okay, I forgot to hit the listen button to record. If I could do it right, I could record back what I was playing on the live stream, but I can't right now. So we need that like rewind button for the live stream so I could record, go back to what I was saying before. That would be amazing. So like if you had like ultimate control of ChatGPT and Apple or Android and YouTube, like helping you live stream and helping you keep it like PC for YouTube, even though you might accidentally swear sometimes. Like someone like me might need a little delay to do a live stream because I do have a tendency to swear, especially when I'm talking about things I care about. So that would be super awesome. I'm trying to think of all the different awesome ways that I have thought that YouTube could be different, or not YouTube, but just the entire freaking internet and live streaming and multi-streaming could be entirely different and entirely better for absolutely everyone on the planet, because we could get everyone focused on world peace, and that would be way better. But if we could get our social media companies to run the social media companies the way the social media companies should be run, that would be a quantum leap forward. So yeah, the boxes need to be divided into thirds in addition to the 9. Like, you can have it optionally as a third, or you could have it just like hands, feet, face, I don't know. Like, men love all kinds of, like, they love full body shots. Like, you could have a full body shot. Like, cameras at different angles. Like, more people need more camera angles. Yes, I draw on my things, but it wipes off too easily. It smudges. Okay. Okay, she's gonna make me a picture. You could try labeling it, I guess. Your labels are really, really undetailed and really quite boring and not nearly as creative as what I'm working on, but you could try. Mine are more like idea boxes than just like straight up shots, I guess. But yeah, it makes sense to have just the different shots, because that's what makes sense. Like, we have talking head videos. Oh, we could have the audience reaction. That would be fun. So you could have like the 4 corners could be like 4 different audience reactions where people actually have their cameras on. Dr. Butch Ware was talking about that. Dr. Butch Ware is W-A-R-E. I don't even know if I spelled that right. Live streaming is hard. I'm showing you my process, how I work. I was not planning on live streaming at all. Oh, look at that. Let's make her read it. She's just describing what she's going to do.
Got it. I'll go ahead and label the diagram so it captures your multi-camera idea box style thinking, not just boring face-feet shots. Before I actually draw it, here's how I'll label the nested grid inside each third of the horizontal frame. Tell me if this is perfect, or if you want me to tweak language before I render. Diagram structure proposal. Main frame, horizontal 16:9, split into 3 vertical columns, thirds, left third, center third, right third. Each third contains a 3x3 nested grid, total of 9 tiny boxes, with the following suggested idea box labels. Position, suggested label, changeable at will. Top left, wide body cam, full outfit, motion gestures. Top middle, head and hands, gesture focus. Top right, reaction audience cam 1. Middle left, side angle, profile. Face close up, middle right, reaction audience cam 2. Bottom left, props hands only, craft cam. Bottom middle, feet POV cam. Bottom right, reaction audience cam 3, or chat overlay. Then each of the 3 main thirds can be expanded to show all 9, collapsed into a single centered shot, just face body, or set to vertical crop mode for simultaneous shorts multi-stream.
Yeah.
Ready to draw? Just say, draw it exactly like that. Or replace label X with your wording first, and I'll generate the clean visual diagram for you to screenshot or hold up on your live stream.
Let's see what she comes up with. I lost my pencil. If she says she's making too many pictures right now, I'm going to be so mad. lose my pencil too. You know, if you lose something, you should stand up to look for it, especially if you're sitting in your bed. Haha. This actually turned out really cool, but it's not done yet. Should have used a ruler. Should have used a ruler. Let's wait for that. You know, people donate their bodies to science. How about if we could donate our lives to the science of world peace? Like, we live our lives in a way, like, we're supported by our creativity as we all move towards world peace. Like, maybe I should just live stream more often. Maybe that's the key. But if I'm gonna live stream more often, I want to live stream for vertical, both. It needs to be optimized. It's horizontal for vertical and horizontal. Like, so whoever is filming is very conscientious of staying in the vertical screen, not wandering off and dividing the screen. But we need those cameras, that tracking cameras. Okay, live stream horizontal and vertical both for posterity and what are the short-term views called when somebody tunes in short-term? And for views, which is vertical. For the short speed. Okay. This is hard to explain. But yeah, you have to explain it to YouTube and to people watching, and then most of you are tuning in and tuning out. So I feel like I have to explain it again and again. So yeah, we need to share. Need sharing across all social media platforms without proprietary. Are these both proprietary? BS. API key nightmares that benefit billionaires. Yeah, they also benefit millionaires. Gosh, we really do need to do full disclosure. Only 40% of the population believes in aliens. It's so weird to me. I would think it would be way higher than that by now. Like, the Phoenix Lights were so long ago. Everyone talks about Roswell. Why do they talk about Roswell when they could talk about the freaking Phoenix Lights and how many people saw them? It was over 50,000. Imagine if that was even a possibility. You could interview for world peace. How did you achieve world peace on your planet? How did you achieve world peace on your planet? That would be an amazing interview series. How could we replicate that on our world? So maybe lots of worlds have achieved world peace, and we just haven't figured out how to have the cojones to interview them. That sounds ridiculous. Let me see them hands. This would be like old artwork scrolling through. Or like a channel review. Like a highlight reel. That would be so awesome. Or like, you could even have like your best Instagram reels, even though it's a YouTube live stream. You can have your best YouTube shorts because it's a YouTube live stream. That would be cool. You could have your YouTube shorts on one side and your Instagram shorts and your TikTok shorts. I can think of so many different ways to like integrate and set up screens and set up live streams that actually make sense. I kind of want to finish these 2 boxes, but I'm not sure what to say. It's so cool. It literally has not even made me a picture yet. It's telling me image creation got better, learn more. It literally didn't create an image for me. That's ChatGPT for you. Their image creation is so bad. I'm not impressed. Oh, you can have a desk view. So if this one's a close-up of your hands, you could have a whole overhead. That'd be pretty awesome. This could be your calendar or your whiteboard. Like what your upcoming dates are. Like, if this is 4K, if all of that is shot in 4K, like what kind of computers do we actually need designed? Because it's not this model right here, I can tell you that much. 16 gigabytes? That sounds like planned obsolescence. 256 gigabytes of storage? That sounds like planned obsolescence. That's too nice of a computer to have planned obsolescence built in. Plus, the microphone is garbage, and so is the camera. So, is there any better cameras? Any better hardware? Content creation is the wave of the future. Content creation is key to the future. So we really should teach everyone English. So having captions everywhere on everything is central. And it's also non-ableist, which is good. A good thing. Okay. I like it. Apple won't even put Apple ports on both sides of the charger. They give you a C port. They know C ports are better. This is also better than whatever this Apple charger thing is. What is this Apple? What is like to complain to Apple or something? What is this? This is a joke. Stop giving us this. And you know we need this to make this work now. Like, you're trying to be edgy and trendy, and you're just making life difficult for proprietary gain. I guess that's your job as a corporation. I'm sick of that law ruining people's lives. Planned obsolescence is bad for society. Anyway, it was much nicer to Apple than I was planning to be on my artwork. Sorry, my room's not perfect. It's a wet laundry day around here. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Glad you stayed with me this long. Bye.